Hello again, Josh here with Science and Sailing. I want to introduce you to our newest neighbor, and the best part is, they're expecting. So quick, follow me, but stay low and stay quiet. Okay guys, so I'd like you to meet Mr. or Mrs. Killdeer. They just moved in a couple months ago. Killdeer are birds with whitish undersides and brownish backs. They get their names from the killdeer sound that they make. What you see there is a behavior called broken wing. That's right, they'll actually pretend like their wing is broken and they'll become the bait in order to lure the predator away from their nest. We saw where the birds started sitting. So if we look over here, we can see this is a killdeer nest. Not very remarkable, is it? Not a very remarkable nest, is it? It's nothing more than a scrape. And so basically they just dig out a few rocks or a few shells or some dirt and they lay their eggs. The partner is over here. You can see the mate over here also pretending to have a broken wing. Again, doing that broken wing display in order to lure the predator away from the nest. They want to get them away from the nest. So like I was saying before, these birds stand out because they have two black bands around their neck and their upper chest and a brown face, accented with a white and black design. In flight, their orange backside is pretty conspicuous, so they're easy to tell apart from other birds. They also have pretty long legs for their size, and that's because they're shorebirds. So, oftentimes the male killdeer will lay multiple, or not lay, but dig out multiple scrapes. They'll make multiple scrapes in order to fool the predator into trying to figure out where the nest is. Another reason for making multiple scrapes is to give the female options when trying to pick the best location to lay her eggs. Now, if you look closely around that nest, you probably notice that there's a few light-colored shells and a few light-colored rocks. They do that after they start laying the eggs. That's their form of decoration. Very elaborate. So typically the killdeer will lay between 4 and 6 eggs, 1 to 3 times a season. It usually takes these eggs about 3 to 4 weeks to hatch. Based on these birds' behavior, these eggs are probably close to hatching because the birds are not leaving the area, which means they already put a lot of energy into the egg. Now, once these chicks are born, they can actually fly right after their feathers dry. And they're born with a full coat of downy feathers, like little puffballs of cuteness. Though their natural habitat is mudflats, grazed fields, sandbars, you should keep an eye out for them because they're very keen to making their nests in man-made areas, like parking lots, lawns, like our neighbor's lawn right here, sports fields, golf courses, airports, and even driveways. As you might guess, they really dislike vegetation or grass just even over an inch tall. So they're typically going to be laying their eggs in areas that are shelly or with very little vegetation. While they're often found near water, unlike most shorebirds, they're also able to be found way inland from time to time. Now, although these birds may live in our own backyards, they can be very shy. They're prone to running before flying, and if they see you coming, they'll start bobbing their heads up and down and calling out like this one's doing right now. Now, these strategies that this bird has with the broken wing and the calling and protecting of the eggs seem to work pretty well because each year there's about 3 pairs of killdeer that raise their babies in this area. right in these driveways, right in these parking lots around the Bayshore Center. These pairs will stay together for 1 to a few years. They can often be seen running, stopping, to look for bugs, and running and stopping again. If you disturb them, they usually fly around your head and they'll call out loudly. These guys are pretty opportunistic eaters. They like to eat invertebrates like earthworms, snails, crayfish, grasshoppers, beetles, and aquatic insect larvae. The killdeer can be found in North and South America, and even in Europe. Since 1966, their populations have declined 47%. Nevertheless, because they love nesting in man-made environments and are willing to nest right next to people, the resiliency has made them one of the most successful shorebirds in this modern world. Unfortunately, this very closeness to people also exposes them to deadly pesticides and collisions with cars and buildings. So what do you think of our little friends? Have you ever seen or heard a killdeer before? Do you have any living in your own yard? Let us hear your best killdeer impressions in the comment section below. Until next time, this has been Josh with the AJ Meerwald, bringing the Bayshore to you.